Hey, news watchers! Welcome back to Channel Name, where we break down the stories shaping your world. Donald Trump's 2025 tariffs, dubbed Liberation Day, promised to boost the U.S. economy, but 6 months in, they're hitting American wallets hard. From soaring prices to slowing job growth, the economic fallout is real. Are these tariffs a bold move or a self-inflicted wound? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's unpack the true cost of Trump's trade war. On April 2, 2025, President Trump signed an executive order imposing a 10% tariff on all U.S. imports, with higher rates, up to 50%, on 57 countries, including 35% on Canada, 30% on Mexico, and 145% on China. These reciprocal tariffs, enacted under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, aim to reduce trade deficits and boost domestic manufacturing. But the U.S. Court of International Trade ruled IEPA tariffs illegal in May, though they continue pending appeal. Now the honeymoon is over. The Bulwark reports a 0.9% jump in the Producer Price Index, PPI, in July, the largest since 2022, signaling price hikes rippling through supply chains. Ex-posts, like one from Etsenami Klobuchar, claim households are paying $2,400 more annually, with $300 from food alone. But Trump insists companies will eat the costs. Is that wishful thinking? Let's dive into the economic reality. The Penn-Wharton budget model projects Trump's tariffs will raise $5.2 trillion over 10 years, but slash GDP by 6% and wages by 5% by 2054. A middle-income household could face a $22,000 lifetime loss. The Tax Foundation estimates a $1,300 tax hike per household in 2025 alone. Why? Tariffs raise import costs, which U.S. importers, not foreign countries, pay, passing costs to consumers. The July PPI spike of 3.7% year-over-year for core goods shows businesses are struggling to absorb these costs. Sectors like autos, energy, and food are hit hardest. A 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico could add $3,000 to car prices and 50 cents per gallon to Midwest gas. Mexico supplies 60% of U.S. vegetable imports, so grocery bills are climbing. Job growth is also stalling. July's jobs report revised earlier gains downward, showing hiring has slowed sharply. Ex-posts from Matthew Travis 08 warn of a $1 trillion stock market loss and recession risks. Trump pitched tariffs as a win for American workers, but economists warn of stagflation, rising prices with slowing growth. The Bulwark compares this to Wile E. Coyote running off a cliff, with consumers about to feel the gravity. Is this what voters expected?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President-elect.
Trump's tariffs aim to boost domestic production and reduce the trade deficit, echoing his 2018 trade war. Policies like the CHIPS Act and Inflation Reduction Act incentivize U.S. manufacturing, with companies like Hyundai investing locally. But relocating supply chains takes years, and industries like pharmaceuticals face delays due to complex production. Retaliatory tariffs from China, Canada, and the EU, affecting $330 billion in U.S. exports, add pressure, hitting farmers and manufacturers in states like Texas and Ohio. Exemptions for USMCA goods and electronics softened the blow initially, but pre-tariff inventory is running out. Legal challenges also loom. The IEPA's use is shaky, with courts questioning Trump's authority. If overturned, tariffs could drop to 6.4%, reducing the GDP hit to 0.2%. But for now, uncertainty is spiking, with the Economic Policy Uncertainty Index at its highest since COVID. Trump's supporters see this as America first, but critics like Richard Angwin on X call it a self-inflicted wound, hiking family costs without clear job gains. Polls show Trump's economic approval slipping from 54% in July to 44% now. Is this protectionism worth the price? As pre-tariff stockpiles dwindle, consumer prices are set to rise. The Peterson Institute warns of a global slowdown, with U.S. agriculture and manufacturing losing output. A weaker dollar could ease some import costs, but hurt U.S. exporters. Retaliation from allies like Canada and Mexico threatens fuel and auto sectors, while China's yuan depreciation keeps its exports competitive. J.P. Morgan predicts U.S. GDP growth at just 2% in Q3 2025, with inflation creeping up. The Bulwark warns of a bog of economic drag, higher prices, slower growth, and elevated interest rates. Europe is pivoting to trade with India and Brazil to offset U.S. tariffs. Meanwhile, Trump's team pushes tariffs as a bargaining chip for trade deals. But with global tensions rising, is this strategy backfiring? The middle class feels the pinch most. Cars, groceries, and electronics are getting pricier. If courts strike down IEEPA tariffs, relief could come, but don't hold your breath. This trade war's just heating up. Want to dig deeper? Check the Bulwark's full report and economic models from Penn Wharton and the Tax Foundation. Links in the description. Are Trump's tariffs helping or hurting America? Drop your thoughts in the comments and share this video to spark the debate. Thanks for watching, news fans. Trump's tariffs are reshaping the economy, but at what cost? Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more hard-hitting analysis. Let's keep the conversation going. See you next time.